Welcome to the Hewitt Lift and Roll-A-Dock 4800 Cantilever lift assembly video. Lay out and inventory all of the parts for the 4800 lift. At each assembly point throughout this process, use the shortest bolts possible. Leave the nuts finger tight and then tighten upon completion. Start by slipping the corner brackets over each one of the leveling legs. Insert the leg pin and attach the clip. Repeat this process on all four sides. Put all four rubber caps on the top of the leveling legs. Note that the cross arm with the 3 holes goes towards the front of the lift. Step 1. Slide the stiffener tube into the bottom cross arm. Slide the stiffener tube all the way through the pivot point of the lift arm. Take note where the holes are in the stiffener tube, because this will have to match up in just a moment. Move to the far side and insert the bolt into the stiffener tube to keep the stiffener tube from moving. Insert the corner completely into the lift arm pivot point and into the bottom cross arm, making sure to line up the holes so that the bolts will come through. With all the holes lined up, simply insert the bolts and tighten down the nuts. Repeat this process on all 4 corners. Now connect the front and back corners of your lift with the bottom side crossbeam. Secure it with the nuts and the bolts. Next, grab the top cross arm and slide the stiffener tube through the lift arm pivot. Note where the holes are in the tube and then slide the stiffening tube back in. Now on the opposite side, insert the bolt into the stiffening tube to keep the stiffening tube from moving within the cross arm. Repeat this same process now on the back side of the lift. Make sure that the pulley box is facing down and towards the front of your lift. Next, insert the pull arm through the lift arm pivot and into the cross arm. Line the holes up and insert the bolt. Do the same process on the other side. Install the X bracing using the inside bolt on the top cross arm. Now connect all 4 X braces at the center. For this next step, simply raise your lift off the ground. Remove the 3-inch wrap from the front to back bottom brace. Slide the 3-inch wrap over the cross arm. Measure to the center of your lift and tighten. Lay out the center cross braces. Attach the bolts to the center cross braces. Repeat this process in both the middle and on the far side. Locate the winch arm upright and decide which side of the lift you would like the winch box mounted to. The winch arm has the back strap bracing and the identification sticker. Next, install the winch arm upright into the corner. Then, place the bolt in and tighten down with a nut. Next, install the front upright into the corner. Secure with bolt and nut. Next, we need to install the 45-degree angle brace. Starting at the back of the lift, make sure that the offset hole is facing down. Secure with bolt and nut. Locate the side pulley plate, 2 bushings, and 3-inch sheave. Attach it to the winch arm using the 2 5-inch hard bolts and to the angle brace. Make sure that the sheave is facing towards the back and on the inside. Attach to the winch arm and the 45-degree angle brace using 2 of the 5-inch hard bolts. Next, we need to mount the front side braces. The longer of the 2 bolts needs to be placed on the top, with the shorter bolt going on the bottom. Repeat this process using only the 5-inch bolts on the other side. Grab the 2-inch teardrop pulley, loosen the bolt, and insert the chain, making sure that the sheave moves freely after you've tightened it down. Now mount the 2-inch teardrop pulley to the outside of your lift. Make sure to install the flat washer between the chain and the nut. Next, install the 3-inch pulley into the bottom of the pulley box, making sure that the pulleys are slanted towards the outside of your lift. Make sure that the pulleys move freely and do not over-tighten. Remove the 2 bolts holding the top of the winch cover. Next, mount the winch box to the inside of the winch arm. Then, simply replace the winch cover. Next, we need to attach the winch cable to the winch cable drum. Run the cable down through the teardrop pulley and then through the side pulley plate. Now feed the cable through the top of the closest pulley. Now feed it to the far side and pull the cable through the top of that pulley. Now feed your cable down from the top through the side pulley. Then string your cable back to the bottom pulley. Now moving back to the winch side, pull your cable through the bottom pulley. Slide your 2 cable clamps onto your cable. Now wrap your cable in an X pattern around the winch post. The cable needs to come up and around, thus creating an X. The 2 cable clamps can now be tightened down. Remove the center bolt and washer. You may need to hold the winch drum in place to do this. Slide the shipping cap off of the winch wheel. Next, we need to mount the spinner knob to the winch wheel. Make sure to slide a washer onto the bolt first before sliding on the spinner knob. A second washer will go immediately under the spinner knob. Tighten down the spinner knob, making sure that it moves freely. Apply a bit of never seize to the winch threads. Thread the winch wheel onto the shaft. Reattach the winch bolt and washer to the winch. At this time, tighten down all nuts and bolts and crank your lift up. Center the keel board onto the top cross arm. Install using the long carriage bolts using the keel plate. Repeat this process on the other end. Next, we need to mount our cradle side plates. Grab the 3-inch cradle block, making sure that the offset hole is towards the top. Repeat this process on all 4 sides. Next, set your full-length bunks on top of your lift. Overhang your bunk approximately 6 inches from the back of your lift. Center drill a hole in your bunk. Attach the bunk to the cradle block using the carriage bolt. Make sure when tightening to sink the head of the carriage bolt into the carpet. Install the grip tape and the Hewitt sticker on your new lift. This completes the assembly of the Hewitt 4800 cantilever lift.